You're right. There's not a shoe, and there is not a shoe that fits every foot. And, whether it's me or another lawyer in estate planning, what you want to do is really sit down and go over your situation and get your options. So you know your options. What to trust, wills, estate tax planning, like you're talking about, how to manage the family cabin, even people with small estates. You want to transfer your home. Well, how about a transfer on death deed? So your home doesn't go through probate when you die. There's all kinds of things that can be done. Knowledge is power. So
cool.
Yeah.
What is, so if I was out there and I've never, thought about it, I'm not that rich, but you do have assets, right? And I tell everybody, even if you have, whatever the amount is, I don't care if it's 100,000 or if it's 1.5 million, why give it away? Why let, that go to being taxed or lost or, so protect yourself, protect your family. I think it's a responsible thing to do. What is an average family when they come in to talk about, and I know that's not your forte, but I know that you and your partner do quite a bit of this, like estate planning. What does a family, what should they expect for a cost to set some of these things up? I mean, just rough numbers. Like if I wanted to come in and protect myself and I had under a certain amount, maybe I don't need a trust. And then if I go up to this amount, I maybe need a trust and, death on sale, deeds and things like that. I mean, where does that start, or what can I budget as a listener here?
Yeah, oh, sure. I know, because people don't know if this is $1,000 or $10,000 to do these things.
Right.
And, what I see, mainly is if your estate is less than $3 million, so you don't have a lot of estate tax planning issues, your range probably is 1,000 to, 2,500, just depending on whether you're setting up trusts or not. You're kind of in that range. And that's probably fairly common throughout the industry. So
being on the real estate side of things, how many families that have nothing planned and mom and dad die and there's not a will, or one dies, the other doesn't, and there's no wills, and going through probate and going through settling an estate, or, there's so many challenges that can be avoided with, let's say, $1,500 to $2,500, right? That could help them and help I don't think when somebody has a death in the family, it's so traumatic, and you're planning funerals and and then bill collectors start calling, and then you have to get a pile of death certificates because now you have to tell everybody that your parent is deceased, and it becomes a lot. And I don't think people, we don't think about it because we all think we're going to live forever, but in the event that we don't, who knows, maybe with technology we can. But the idea there is that taking the steps to protect you and your family for a reasonable investment up front, I think is probably the best gift you could ever give to your family, and spending the time.
And I agree, Andy. And I think I really like to see the peace of mind that clients have when they've actually addressed it, because otherwise it's kind of an ogre in the room, the thing you wake up at 2 a.m. and think that you haven't done anything about. And they just have great peace of mind, that things that, okay, that's something checked off. So
yeah. So what are your and then I've only taken up the first 40 minutes of the show. It's the Jeff interview here.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, these are topics that I think that a lot of people, as we go through this, will maybe fast forward one topic, but listen to the next. What are the number one real estate concerns out there right now for your clients? Is it contracts? Is it property line disputes? Is it, deed issues? What are the big challenges you're seeing right now, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff, think on it quick. I'm going to play a little commercial while you think on your answer.
Okay, think.
You bet.
Have you ever heard of the term silver tsunami? It's the idea that baby boomers, as they get older, will all start to downsize at the same time and really impact the housing market. But is it really going to happen? Here's what I can tell you. This graph shows 60% of adults who are 65 and up plan to stay put and live in their house as they get older. That would mean a lot of baby boomers aren't planning on moving and want to age in place. And the ones who will move aren't going to do it all at the same time. So don't worry just because you're hearing about this online. It's not going to be a big wave where everyone in this generation moves at the same time. It'll happen slowly over the years. If you have any questions about what you're hearing on the housing market, I can help. I'm Andy P. Give me a call. I'd love to help you on your housing journey today. So what are those topics? So what are you seeing right now for real estate law challenges that are out there that you're seeing more common?
two common ones and then an interesting one, okay, if I have time. But one common one is disclosure issues that, where I think you saw, Andy, there's so many people bought homes, some sight unseen, a lot of them without inspection. And I'm seeing more and more, I've seen a lot of calls for people with disclosure questions where they feel like things weren't disclosed properly. And that's been a big one. I'm seeing a lot of situations where people bought real estate together, either like significant others or family members,